Hi and welcome to another video with me, S from Gather and Create. Today I'm going to be sharing this card with you. I've created it for a blog hop. The Remarkably Created blog hop is featuring flowers this time round. So if you want to get inspired with lots of beautiful projects, the link to my blog will be in the description below. And the list of everybody else's blogs on the hop is within my blog, so do check that out. So I have chosen to use the Woodwords stamp set for today's project. This is the main stamp that I focused on, and then using the thanks a bunch in there for the sentiment. I've also had the use of my watercolour pencils on here, and Marina Mist, which is a sad, will sadly be leaving us. It's a retiring colour, so I'm making the most of using this. I think this is a very pretty shade of blue. There are lots of beautiful colours coming to replace it, but I just want to you know, be with my old friend for a little while longer. And then Calypso Coral is the matte, and I've used a thick Whisper White there. This is Sweet Soiree specialty paper. This little strip there measuring 1 centimetre by 9.5. This isn't the full size, it comes in 12 by 12, but this is what it looks like bigger. Beautiful silver foiling. So you can see how much effect you can get even just from a tiny strip. So don't throw your scraps away. And then this vellum flower you can see here is from the Sweet Soiree accessory kit, and I've actually cut the flower in half. Just put that here, because I didn't want a whole flower poking out, but I just snipped a little bit and poked them underneath. So let's get started, and I'll show you how to make this. Up there, and I used my Stamparatus, Stampin Up's new stamp positioning tool, to help me make this. This was offered to customers as well as demonstrators, and as a pre-order. We had different slots for pre-order. If you didn't get in on that, don't worry, it will go into the annual catalogue launching on the 1st of June, so really not too long to wait. Okay, so let's prep our actual first layer, and what I do is I just place it where I want it on the card. Just move that one out of the way and press down. Grab my Memento ink and then just ink it up like you would if it was on a regular block. The beauty of this is if I miss a little bit, I can go back over it. I mean, how many of us have ruined projects where you've missed a bit? Even with the photopolymer, it's hard to kind of line it back up perfectly. See there? So if you're going to miss anywhere, it's most likely going to be in this, on the edge, because the edges require the most pressure because there's a bit more of a gap between the plate and the base. I'm not worried at all. I'm just going to go back over it, and there you go. We have it. The next thing I'm going to do is use the word window. I'm going back a bit. There, the tailor's tag punch. Word window's long gone. Punch out my shape, and then I'm going to lay it back over using my magnet to keep it in place. Tuck that in there. Means I got that again exactly where I want it. In fact, I've got a bit of a more grip of it because there's not really much room for the magnet. Before I stamp anything, I want to create my mask. So I want a little gap want my sentiment to sit in, so I don't want flowers covering the whole label. I'm putting that in the middle, and I've just used a post-it note and a 1-inch circle punch. And now it's time to re-ink that stamp. Back over, pressing that left side a bit more. There we go. So let's pull this away. So that did its job, and that did its job. But I want to lay it back down again. I can lay that exactly where it was, because it's time for the sentiment. So let's put our thanks a bunch in the middle there, and I'm going to use the second plate to pick that up. Ink it in the same way. And press down. And there we are. We have our thanks a bunch exactly where we want it. So that is it for the Stamparatus. Move that out of the way for a second and clean that shortly. And now it's time for some colouring. I'll just pop my lid back on the ink because we all know how that can end. Okay, so I'm using our watercolour pencils. I'm not going to spend too much time colouring because that's probably not that much fun to watch. It's much more fun to do, isn't it? So, and it's not particularly precise. Going to go over, I mean, bearing in mind lots of these bits you're not actually going to be able to see on the base one because you're covering it up with that label. As long as I've got some leafy bits done, we should be all good. Just to give you the general effect. Some flowers. Sorry, this will make my camera wobble. Quite like using the white. I'm going to go over these with a blender pen in a moment. Excuse me. Some more leafy time. A little bit of rich raspberry, because that's in our paper anyway. Don't know how much you'll see of that one, but so colour like you're 4 and you should be okay. You don't worry too much. Okay. Right. Let's get the blender pen on the first bit. Just literally going over that, pushing the colour around and blending it in. I'm using my hand to clean the brush. Just pick up a little bit from there. Really like it against the blue. Let's add a bit more green here. Let's check that out. I think that'll be fine for now. I will probably go and have a little play with that a bit more later, and let's do the label section. Again, just not worrying too much about what goes where. Probably want a bit more of a punchy colour here because it's on top. This is rich raspberry, this particular one. fine for now. Let's give it a little blend. Can of course use your blender pens for this. Okay, let's leave that at that, otherwise I will spend 2 hours colouring and that probably won't excite you. So now we're going to put the card together. I really like the white. Don't know how well that's showing up for you, but I think that works nicely. So I'm going to pop the Marina Mist layer onto my Calypso Coral layer. Like so. The next thing I need is that little strip of specialty paper. Probably could have gone a bit thinner with that, but let's not worry. Let's grab my snips. And I'll just, oh yeah, that's the other one I put down earlier. This is, which one do I want? I think I'll go with this one. So we'll just cut a little bit out there and cut a little bit out of there. Some of it's going to be peeking out, so it doesn't matter. You don't have to be particularly precise. Let's pop a little bit of adhesive on the back, and then I can see where it's going. We'll pop a bit there. Oops. Because I'm trying to stick it somewhere that isn't actually glued, and then let's have those poking out. Then it's just a matter of putting those up on dimensionals. Adhering that. I'll pop the, you'll find the links to all the retiring items on my blog as well, so you can check that out, see what you want to stock up on before it's gone. And now it's just a matter of popping that on our Whisper White base, which is the thicker Whisper White. Just again using a little bit of liquid glue, squiggles. Light squiggles is the way to go with that. And you get a bit of wiggle room as well when you use a wet glue. If you're like me and put things on straight, can be slightly challenging. And then let's finish that with some bling. Just using rhinestones. Got one there. And I'll pop another here. There. I overthink it and then it goes wrong. And then let's pop that one there. And that is one floral wood words and tailored tag punch. If you can see that nice and clearly. Yeah, do check out everybody else's. So this is the stamp set I used. It does come this. It matches the wood crate die and the DSP, which is hanging around, so we don't need to panic about that. Thanks ever so much for watching. Take care. Bye bye.